Hello and welcome to the show, Heal Me Youth Connect.
True love is founded on values.
What are the do's and don'ts for a couple?
Don't fight. However hurt you are, don't fight. Don't cheat. It's very painful when you cheat. And you know these days, I hear they are saying, ati hakuna mwanaume wa mtu moja. Young people or people in marriage,
yes.
Even you don't need role models. School is one.
Yes.
And in marriage, there are no classmates.
Wait.
For those people who are planning to get married, intentional marriage. I will not marry because I'm of age. I will not marry because my peers are married. I will not marry because there's a pressure from parents.
Yes.
I'll marry because I feel it's the right time for me to marry and I want a partner.
Hello and welcome to the show, Heal Me Youth Connect. This is where we talk about love, relationship, situationship, marriages, and anything to do with love manenos. My name is Paul Wangari, a counseling psychologist, an author, and a mentor. I'm so glad today because today we have an amazing show lined up for you, and we shall have a great conversation concerning marriages. And we're asking ourselves today, do we have role models in the current generation where young people can look at them and say, yes, marriages work? And who else to give us better perspective than my good friend, our guest today, Madam Kezia. Madam Kezia, karibu sana.
Thank you so much, Paul.
Yourself.
Thank you.
Yes.
I am Kezia Duta, or Kezia wa JK. JK is my husband. I am married. I am a mother of many children. I'm a B.Ed holder, a teacher. That was my first calling as a teacher. I'm also a counseling psychologist. I major in family counseling, or rather family therapy. I also do trauma counseling. So that is me, and this is a great opportunity. I am happy. We're going to share, we're going to discuss, and thank you so much for this great opportunity.
Thank you very much, Madam Kezia. I'm so excited.
Yes.
And to start with, you look amazing, and what a coincidence. We are actually matching.
Wow, it's divine. It goes like that.
And we had not discussed actually what we are.
Communication from above.
Wow, that's it.
Yes.
Wow, and as you can see, she looks amazing, and it's a coincidence that we matched today. And so today we are set for this show, and therefore I'm so happy because I want you to take your pen and take a paper and ensure that you learn something as we start our show. Now, Madam Kezia,
yes.
Recently I have just released a new book.
Yes.
Why You Marry Wrong.
Why You Marry
Wrong. And I know
Wrong.
you have read this book.
I have read it. Not once, not twice.
Wow.
I have read the book. Yes.
What are your thoughts concerning this book?
Well, about this book, number one, I must congratulate you
Thank you
for this wonderful work.
Yes.
When I read the book for the first time, I said, wow, what a thought. I've been a counselor.
Yes.
I've been counseling students, mainly,
Yes.
and adults as well. And Paul, I can tell you for sure,
Yes.
the world is suffering and hurting, and mainly marriages are hurting. Why? Because of the data reasons that you have given.
Wow.
I am very much impressed that you've given that reasons why marry long.
Yes.
But there could be more or less.
Yes, sure.
But you can be sure hurting marriages is because people married either the wrong partners or they married for wrong reasons. In your other reasons why people marry long, I found all of them. They are good reasons for marriage. As well, bad reasons for marriage. What matters is what you give the priority.
Yes.
Some of these reasons why people marry long. Some reasons like pressure from parents, wanting to get children, you are of age. Actually, they are also reasons for marriage. Security, they are also reasons for marriage.
Yes.
But they can never be the priority for marriage. So these ones, there are some of the reasons that are built up. They grow in marriages as you walk. And by the way, marriage is not a destination. You know, marriage is a journey.
Wow.
So some of these, they grow as you continue. And you grow them. You plant the seed and you grow them. Yes. Yeah, it takes the two of you. And therefore, it's a very good guide. It's a very good guide for people who are planning to get married. is a very good guide for people who are already in marriage. I am telling you, even those who are already married, they can repair their marriages. They married for long reasons, but they can repair that. They can still working on the right reasons for marriage. You marry to get children, but then you can also learn, apart from children, you cultivate love, you give love, and you give true love to a person. For those people who are planning to get married, intentional marriage. I will not marry because I'm of age. I will not marry because my peers are married. I will not marry because there's a pressure from parents. I'll marry because I feel it's the right time for me to marry and I want a partner. By the way, Paul, let me tell you, marriage is something natural. A time comes and you feel you want to get married. But thank you so much to this book.
Thank you.
A time comes, I feel I want to get married, but I will not marry anyone. I will not just jump to marriage.
Not because of situation or
At a big circumstance, because time has come. That is where you come in. Exactly. It is natural. It is willed by God. It is true. You know what people do? I now feel I'm ready for marriage. I read the Bible. It is ordained. It is willed by God. So any man who come along my way, I jump. It is time for me to get married. Thank you so much for this book. Because now time has come for marriage. I feel I should marry. And then I should ask myself, but who is this partner? It is God's will that the partner also become destiny connectors. It may be somebody who should be able to also sail with my dreams. Someone we can work together. Someone who can get children together and find happiness. And I know when you suffer and when you're unhappy in marriage, you make God also unhappy. God's intention for marriage is that people be happy. Therefore, reasons why people marry long, very correct. Let you young people who are listening, young people who are reading this book, why people marry long, a very good guide. So that you marry out of intention. You marry because you feel you should marry and you are marrying the right person. But don't marry out of circumstances. It's going to hurt you. You are going to walk out. You break marriage. You break many hearts. You break your children and your relatives.
Wow.
It's a worthy book. Thank you so much.
As you can see, it is getting better and better. All right? And that's why I always say that this is a show that you should never miss. It should be coming. It will be coming every weekly on our YouTube channel, and therefore keep tuned. Now, this book, Where You Marry Wrong, is a book that have discussed that reasons that lead people into wrong marriages or relationships, and then they end up hurting. And now, as you can hear what Madam Kezia had just said, that situation and circumstance, those are two words that you must master. That people are getting into relationship or marriages because of situations, right? But one needs to be intentional about it. Madam Kezia, you have been married for I believe, for a number of years.
Many years.
How has been the journey for you?
One, I've been married for over 30 years.
Wow.
And Paul, let me tell you, with all those 30 years, I have lived with one man.
One man.
We have never walked away from each other.
You have never gone home, packed and left?
No. We've never been separated.
Wow.
And we have never fought.
Not even once?
But most amazing, apart for like 5 years, when my husband went to change a job, we always live the same house, live the same bedroom, slept the same bed, 30 years now. It is not easy when there is no love. So I don't know what you want to know maybe out of this, but if you allow me, maybe you'd like to know how it has become possible.
Exactly.
That you have.
The reason I'm asking that because so many young people today don't have role models.
Yes.
All they can see on social media is our couples breaking up. Marriages breaking. Yeah. So until they have reached a point whereby they have lost hope and they believe now that marriage is a scam and marriage does not work. Yeah. So you have been in marriage for 30 years. Okay. How has that been? As in, what have you learned, or how have you made that it possible for that years to stay with one man for those years?
One, let me first of all tell you something. Young people or people in marriage, even you don't need role models. School is one.
Yes.
And in marriage, there are no classmates.
Where?
Marriages are unique.
No, hear that. In marriages,
They
there
are no classmates. Marriages are unique. I would like to tell the young people to love marriage. Marriage is good. And marriage is sweet. They should not fear marriage. It is ordained by God. And that number 2, their marriage should be unique. So long as they love one another, truly, true love, which is founded on values. Let me emphasize this. We have wrong marriages, reasons for marriage, like love built on emotions, love built on lust, love which is materialistic. But true love is founded on values. This is the love that we find in Corinthians chapter 13, which is true love. And this true love is built on values. Paul, if you, and I know that Paul is loving, Paul is kind, Paul is faithful, I'll build my marriage and my love on those values. I am telling the young people, true and sweet marriages are there. And I'm not really saying I'm really such a role model, but I can tell them, even if I will start again now, if I went back to 18, I would still marry again. I would still marry again. And those latter years, not because they have been very easy. Of course, there are ups and downs. There are highs and lows. But one thing I know, if you marry the right person, like I married the right person, I married Mr. Karaoke because I thought, and I looked at him, and I studied him, and I took time, and I realized he's the right person I wanted to marry.
Now, Kezia, no, that's a very important point right there. You know, you married the right person. How do you know that this is the right person for me?
One, I looked at him. I saw a responsible person. I saw a person who is faithful. Even as we were in relationship, I found him faithful. I found him caring. And he was not very clingy on me. He gave me freedom.
Meaning he was not controlling you?
No, he was not controlling me. Freedom.
Who are you with? Let me see your phone. Who are you chatting with? Because that's what is...
Right, you are right. And I said, this is the right person. And you know what? Because there are values in him, he has not changed. I like freedom. I'm a teacher of history and government. Liberty is very important. And one thing that has killed marriages is the lack of that freedom. Paul, I want to know where you are. I want to know you are with who. I want to know when you are coming back. I want to know your accounts. I want to know your friends. You have no freedom. But when you let people free, you live and you allow other people to live. That is how we have lived with Karaoke. And Karaoke knows I left. Like now, you know I left. He didn't ask me what time I'm going back.
That's how free you are with it.
I am just free. And the values that make a person, that is what we call true love. So I would tell the young people, take their time. Courtship is a very valuable time. Courtship, the courtship period is a period we study people. They are rushing. You have had this thing that a guy look at you, a lady look at you, and tell you, that one is because of lust. But if they could take their time and they really want to get married because they take the two of them to work on marriage, it will work. But one thing I want to emphasize again, let them not take a model of Karaoke or Kezia. Let their marriages be unique. Marriages and families are unique and they are God ordained. They can model their marriage to God's will. If they are faithful, they are not cheating. If they are caring, if they give liberty, they love one another, they will have a good marriage. They will enjoy marriage. And poor marriage is sweet.
Wow. That's not just crochet. That is true from what she is saying, that marriages does work. And for sure, if you don't make the mistake then of marrying wrong, then I'm sure that you can have good foundation. And that foundation is set when you're courting this person. So there's no rush, you know, that you meet someone today and tomorrow you want to get married. You know, what are your reasons for getting that marriage? And that's why so many marriages today are not working, because people are not intentional and they're not taking their time to get into that marriage. But Casey, I want to ask you a question.
Yes.
Today, so many young people, when they look at their family of origin,
Yes.
when they were growing up, when
Yes.
they look at how the parents were behaving or reacting to one another,
Yes.
or treating one another,
Yes.
some of them feel, even if my own parents or marriage did not work, how will mine work? And I know you have been a teacher for so many years.
Yes,
and you
yes,
have interacted
yes.
with students,
Yes.
coming from different backgrounds.
Yes.
Students who come from broken families.
Yeah.
So what can you then tell these young people that who have grown without seeing a marriage working from their own family, and now they want to start their own family?
Yes, Paul, that marriage was not theirs. They did not make the mistake. The mistake was done by their parents. Only that what they should learn from that marriage is to avoid repeating the mistake. And as you say, I have counseled many students from broken homes. The student gets stressed. They are not able to continue. They are not able to learn. I have counseled students who are from hurting marriages. I have counseled students who are from homes that are undergoing domestic violence. There is also the sibling jealousy and competition. So all those kind of form of unhappy marriages, dysfunctional families, I have handled them. And one thing I tell the students, that was not your marriage. Some say, teacher, I'll never get married. If marriages are like that, that is not their marriage. And I am telling the young people out there, the marriages that have failed are not theirs. Their marriages are going to work if they listen to us, if they listen to you, if they read this book. Because they will build their marriage on lasting values. They would build their marriage on love. They would build their marriage on intentions and not situations. One child, I remember one student told me, she will not ever get married. Because the father has been beating the mother. And when they're at home, there is no peace. And I have also done family therapies. I call the mother, I call the father. And that's why I want to tell you that even these wrong marriages, even people who married wrong, they can repair their marriages. Because when I called the parents, and we talked to the parent, and we talked to the child, they agreed. The father agreed, has been on the long, and he collected himself. Do you know? The child came to tell me later, their home is a happy haven. Wow. They are very happy. Amazing. The dad is happy. The mother is happy, because people need to be told as they go on. Who will tell them? You do such work. Through your talking, through your book, people can learn and correct themselves. But this problem, as you have said, is transferred from parents, dysfunctional families, and the children. And the children get stressed. Some children go for suicide. And some children even suffer trauma, even when we're in school. We can collect this one from our homes. Because when we have the right marriages that are working, children are happy, the world is happy, and even God in heaven is happy.
Wow, I love that. I love that. Even God in heaven is happy when you have a good marriage. And that's what we want to emphasize, that marriages do work. However, you need to work on your marriage. But getting the right person before you get into a marriage is the key, all right? Because if this person is the right person, you started from the right foundation, then I can assure you this, that like what Madam Keze is saying, that there are ups and downs in marriages. However, even when those ups and downs come, and you married for the right reason, then you have enough reasons to have each other and to support each other. So all is not lost. And for those young people who are not yet married, we are here for you. And that's why we are saying that we heal. There are people who are wamekuwa na character development. Vinye uko nje kuko. People have been heartbroken. People who are hurting. People who have been mistreated. And we want to tell you this, that though you experience a bad moment, does not mean that your life is doomed, or your relationship is doomed. Sure. That you can never get the right person. You cannot find your right rib, because it is there. Madam Kezia is a witness that years in marriage and still counting and saying that it has worked. It is enjoyable. It is good. And if she was to go back to getting married again, she will still get married, right? So you who are always out there and you have lost hope because someone has hurt you, another one has hurt you, I want to tell you this. We are here for you because we want to heal your heart and we want you to start from a good foundation. And when you marry the right way and the right person, then you shall never regret. We want to take a short break and we shall be coming back shortly with much more. Hello, my name is Paul Wangali, a counseling psychologist, a passionate mentor, a corporate trainer, and an author. Do you know what? I have written 4 books. My first book is Time Management for Winning Grades. My second book is Sex and Teenagers. My third book is Becoming a Man. And my latest book is Why You Marry Wrong. You can get a copy of this book by calling this number 0715-629877 and we shall be able to send to you a parcel across the country. Or you can visit Nuria Online Bookstore at Nairobi, Bazaar Building, 11th floor, room number 115. Knowledge is power. Ensure you get a copy of this book. Welcome back to the second segment and the last segment. This is the show, Heal Me Youth Connect, a show that will be coming to you weekly. You don't want to miss. Ensure that you subscribe, you like and share our page for you to be able to have this and much more. Now, I want to ask you, Madam Kezia, now what are the do's? Having been in a marriage for that years, what are the do's and don'ts for a couple?
Well, there are very many, but I'll just give you a few to guide our listeners. Number one is the list of don'ts or don't show this contempt.
Don't show
contempt or disrespect, because that person you will never forget. Disrespect is when you show someone like it's a favor to have married her. You know, she's not feeling worthless. This is a person who showed you a lot of the stories. You are very amazing at the first time, and now suddenly you are worthless. That disrespect make a person feel like you are not in the right marriage. You don't need this person. This person is greater than you, because with the time, the person starts feeling like you are doing her or him a favor, and that person now loses interest in that marriage. And especially if you show the disrespect in front of parents, relatives, or friends, you have killed that person. Respect your mate. That is one. Don't show the disrespect. And there's some people, even in their contempt, they make faces. And they show you like you are not anyone. Exactly. It's very bad. Okay. Number 2, avoid violence. At whatever cost. Could be psychological, emotional, or physical. Violence, we all fear, death. Because violence is to what? To death. You'll kill your marriage. You'll bring death. Your husband, your wife will disappear with the violence. Don't fight. However hurt you are, don't fight. Don't number 3, don't cheat. It's very painful when you cheat. And these days, I hear they are saying, ati hakuna mwanaume wa mtu moja. And the men are also saying it, clearly to their wives.
I heard someone saying that your wife is your wife your husband is your husband when he's in the house. But the moment he leaves, he's not your husband.
You create fear.
That's a very negative notion.
You create worry. So every time you are away, your wife will be thinking you are with some other women. So you create a lot of what? Insecurity. So don't cheat. Don't cheat your wife. Don't cheat on your husband. It creates insecurity. Don't cling. When you cling on someone, clinging meaning you want to go with me everywhere I'm going.
The Bible says
your husband,
a wife and a husband shall cling to one another.
No, not that clinging. We only need liberty. In the rights, human rights, we need freedom. That's the freedom I'm talking about. Give your wife some freedom. Let the wives give their husband freedom, liberty. Don't cling, I must know where you are going, when you are coming back, you are with the womb. Give them freedom. Let your husband go out with friends. Let him go and meet the boys and they have their fun. Let your wife go and meet the girls and they have their fun. And when I was younger, sometimes we'd go and have fun
with your girlfriends.
Yes, and we call each other girls.
Yes.
And we feel good. These people come back happy. But the problem I see today, that clinging. Even if you're not together, you want to know they are with who.
It's controlling.
You keep on calling. It's controlling. You are controlling where the person is. We all need the freedom. That liberty has really worked for me. Yeah, because I'm happy. Once in a while, we can go somewhere together. And again, it is not obvious when he's invited, you must go together. I can go alone. You can go alone. That's the liberty I'm talking about. And number 4, don't turn stones. Don't turn stones. When you keep on asking and nosing and following, you'll find worms. If you turn a stone pole, you find worms there. This habit of reading phones. I want to see, I want to listen to know who you are talking to.
Yes.
There are some female voices. Your media accounts. I want to check on them, These turning stones. You hear stories and even drama. And watch even videos, imaginary videos of where your husband is.
So images in the mind. You start creating videos in the mind of where he is, or where she is, what she's doing.
Yes, that's different from liberty. Now, this is about asking questions. Where are you from? Where are you going? Where were you yesterday? Why are you eating? Me, Paul, I've never understood why women get annoyed when their husband don't eat food at home.
No, that's a very serious debate. Why? Because a woman, I hear that a woman's joy is when she has prepared a meal and the husband comes and eat that meal.
Yes.
So I know you're saying that they should not be offended when he doesn't.
No.
When he says
he might have eaten in a hotel, it's okay. Or he might have eaten somewhere else. If I follow you, tell me you ate. And then I want to know you ate from where. So I am now turning a stone. So when you come home full and you are an adult, see, you will eat it tomorrow. Don't turn stones.
How many of you, our viewers, agree with that? I want you to go to the comment section and write your thoughts concerning that. That when your husband comes home full, or your wife maybe, and they don't want to eat, that you should not ask so much, because you shall be turning stones. And when you turn stones, there are worms underneath.
You'll be told the stories that you never wanted to hear about. That is turning. Don't keep on asking many questions. Me, I am used. My husband is a politician, and I have rant. He has even many followers. And some of them are even ladies. So I keep on asking him, and that lady, who was you that day? Who is she?
Pressure.
So I just believe when he tells me, you are my wife. I am satisfied with that.
Because he is faithful.
He is faithful. If he is unfaithful, I don't know, because I have not turned stones. If I leave that one, that's about turning stones. I come to another don't. In marriage, don't deny sex. That's why you left your parents. That's why you married. Some people use sex to blackmail.
As a weapon.
As a weapon or to blackmail. Unless, as the Bible says, you are fasting, you need time for prayer, don't deny each other.
And you have agreed with your partner.
You have agreed. Yeah.
So, kuna wengine anasema ati mimi niko kwa mlima. So wiki inapita mimi niko kwa mlima. Wiki mbili mimi niko kwa mlima. Hadi mzee anashindwa kwa hii mlima, kwa watu washukangi kwa hii mlima. It's bringing a lot of chaos.
Or I am sick. Or I am tired. And then finally you hear women saying they were raped by their husbands. What were you doing with these husbands to do? So that is something men, or both men and women, they should not deny each other. So they should allow each other, because that is why they got married. And the other don't cut communication. I have had people who wanapitana tu kama gari kwa nyumba, or they are using notes. Communication is very important. The only way I know what is hurting is when you communicate. And actually, it is one of the red flags. Lack of communication. It is called worrying. Stone worrying. Stone worrying is when there is no communication. People are not talking.
Take us through the do's, and then you tell us what are the red flags.
Okay, fine. Okay, those are don'ts.
Yes.
Now I can go to do's, So, number one, do. I can start with the language of love very fast, In the language of love, we have 5 do's in the language of love. That one is reaffirmation. The person knows that you still love her. Women especially, they want to be told and be retold and told again.
Even men, you want to be told that you wewe ni Simba Marara. So
reaffirm my love for you. It's still secure. I love you. Wow. Number 2, in the language of love, there is spending quality time. Spend quality time together. Not the time watching the TV, or you can move somewhere together. And that time is very important. Because it rejuvenates your love, just the way you met. So spend some great time together. Service to one another. Give each other service. And this service means giving yourself to your partner, doing good things to your partner, to the children, even like paying school fees. That is where responsibility comes in, that service to one another. And still in the language of love, there is gifting. Gifts are something good. Even if it's just a handkerchief, you feel so good. One time I went somewhere in a ceremony, I told them I have gifts for them. Actually, they were important people, but I want to just give them a handkerchief. They were so excited, so happy. Wow. If you practice giving gifts, it's something also very valuable in a marriage. It's in the language of love. Touch. The language of touch. The language of love is touch. Holding hands. Or just touching someone, and obviously the great touch is that one of sex. So those 5 are do's which are held together by the language of love. Do. I go to number 2, do, which I mentioned in the don't. Do liberty. Give liberty to someone. Freedom is so valuable. Give freedom to someone. Because this is a person you do not marry under a gun. There's some people who behave like you are married at a gunpoint. No, you're not married at gunpoint. Exactly. It was a free will. It was a choice. Atiria. So let someone have freedom. That's a very important to respect. When you show respect to someone, and our men, and I mean in Africa especially, that respect, that feeling that you are the head is very important. It's even biblical. Okay, both should respect each other, but I think men want to feel more respected, to be allowed as the authority. They can be collected because they can make mistakes, but that respect is very important. As a do, give respect. Give yourself, do something good to the person, do good favors, make the person happy as much as you can. The list is very long, but you can make the person as happy, especially the language of love, and then making the person happy. Be creative. Be creative, because you find people are following just the confessional, the traditional way. And we are saying marriages are unique. Now, quickly, I want to give the red flags. There is a researcher and a marriage therapist called Gottman. Gottman talk about 4 horsemen. He uses the Bible. In the Bible, there is the 4 horsemen at the end of time, which will be conquest, famine, war, and then death. This has been brought into marriage by Gottman. But there are also 4 horses of apocalypse. Apocalypse is Revelation, the last book. In marriage, there are those 4 horses already flags. And one of them is contempt. Madharau. So you find Madharau, when you get home, you are not received as a husband, a father of their children. That's a red flag. Things have changed. The other one is defensiveness. Ama ujiwekee tu kitaka, ama niko kwa bed, uko na funguo yako, fungua uweke chakula ukitaka kukula alafu lale. Although that one depends. Someone work home, come home late, it can still be. Like especially those women who are working late home. Usually someone just slept. So we cannot say that that is also part of what? Contempt. Contempt, we all know. It is when I surely do not see you anywhere. I treat you the way I want, not like a husband, you know. The other one is lack of communication. We are not communicating. We are not talking. I'll sulk. You come home, there is no communication. If I want to say anything to you, I put a note. The other one is defensiveness. So arguments are a lot. We are arguing. There is we cannot agree because you are just defending yourself. And the last one is lack of intimacy. You know, with all these, there cannot be intimacy. When there is no intimacy, the marriage is dead. So those are red flags. And by the way, red flags are many, but those are key red flags. I would say that for now, but of course, this is a very big topic. There are many signs, but those 4 horsemen, you should watch on them.
Wow, as you can hear, Madam Kezia is an expert when it comes to marriage or family therapy, you know, and she does understand her craft so well, and the kind of wisdom that she's giving us here today is just amazing. And that just to tell you, Madam Kezia, that because of interest of time, you shall come back again to this show so that you're able to go deeper, you know, because what you're discussing, you cannot actually finish it within just one sitting. There's so much, and especially those do's and don'ts, the red flags. These are very, very key things that are ailing many relationships and marriages today. Now, because of interest of time, what stood out for you in this book, Madam Kezia? What stood out for you?
This book is very interesting, but there is one thing that I found after reading the whole book. This love of Romeo and Juliet.
Romeo and Juliet, kind of love.
This kind of love, you know, this is not true
This
love.
is page 7.
Yeah, page 7 of this book. This is not true love. This is love built on rust and emotions.
Utopia.
Emotions. And let me tell you, Paul.
Yes.
When people are in love, or when people are in courtship, they can make great promises.
Yes.
Great promises. And by the way, it reminds me, when we were dating, my husband had...
This is interesting. Listen to this.
My husband had promised me,
Yes.
because I was so much in the church, and I told him I cannot get married unless I do a matrimony. He told me,
church wedding.
He told me just that.
Yes.
We're going to get married, a holy matrimony, and we shall have our party at Blue Post.
Back in the days, when Blue Post was there.
Let me tell you, Paul, as we continued, you know, I cannot even tell you the date I got married. I never had a wedding.
What are you saying?
I renewed much later. We got married, and we stayed for 10 years.
Before you did the wedding?
We did the holy matrimony, and we never went to Blue Post. So, these promises, you can promise anything. And basing your marriage on promises actually doesn't work. Basing your marriage on emotions like lust, it doesn't work. And that's why you find people get married today, tomorrow they're not together. Because their love was just meant on what?
Yes, on promises.
On promises and lust. Now they have had sex, just that. And there's nothing else. I have conquered. I have had what I wanted. So this number 7, those young people who cannot sleep because of the queenie they saw. They cannot sleep because of the eggs they saw. As the way that they describe them. They are out for danger.
Wow.
So let marriage be built on true love. And I said true love is built on what? Values. The values you have found in a person. They are lasting. And sometimes love goes down, but the values remain. And then it builds up again. Did you know that love does not always last the same level? There are times it goes down, but you hold on marriage because of the values.
In fact, Madam Kezia, as you say that about love, because I wanted you to for the next 1 minute, touch on that. Page 5, what is love? There's a quote by Grady Chapman who says, being in love is not an adequate foundation for building a successful marriage. Okay.
Well, yes, but it depends what kind of love he's talking about.
So we're talking
because
about
again,
this is not what it is.
that unless elos or lust. Because again, when there is no love, there is no marriage. So I probably that is just one sentence that was taken from him. If you read, that's why we say even the preachers who use one verse, They sometimes mislead people because we cannot say that marriage, that love is not a solid foundation for marriage. Truly, love must be there.
Yeah, it's
But then,
what kind of love?
what kind of love? Love built on material things, on beauty of a woman, on a wisdom, or not really wisdom, but maybe expectation,
Yes.
future expectations.
Exactly.
I know you're in high school, I know you're in university, I know you're becoming an engineer, we shall get money.
Yes.
That is built on expectations. But love built on values of a person, you know? I love this person because of who he is, because he's responsible, he's a good man, he's faithful. That one can last. Therefore, let's not rule out love. Love is there, but what kind of love? Not love built on, not lust and emotions. Yes, that's what I can say about this.
Wow. And now, this, and I want you guys to go and read this book, you know, because this book is very exciting. What Madam Kezi is talking about, love and Juliet kind of love. It's a promise that a guy was giving the wife. You know, they were exchanging vows in a church. Therefore, this guy was let me just read for you, just to give you a taste of what this gentleman was saying. He was saying that, my dear sweetheart, I deeply love you very much from the bottom of my heart. Darling, I thank God that he brought us together and our paths crossed. I truly love you with great and immeasurable love. You are special, unique, one in a million. You are worth more gold and silver. You are worth everything. I treasure you very much. I am proud of you in a great way. You are amazing and you are exceptional. You are a great person. You are my best friend. You are worth more than expensive pearls. In the dark skies, you are the star that illuminates my life. You are the cloud that protects me from the sunshine of this life. You mean so much to me. I thank God I met you. And the guy goes on and on and on. But what is so sad, Madam Kezia, is read for us the verse page 8 at the last bit. Yeah? At the last bit.
Page 8, the last bit.
Yes.
After exchanging these great vows on the altar, the couple flew for honeymoon, but the unexpected happened. The couple parted ways before the honeymoon was over. The marriage was over before it even started.
No, that's it. That's how sad it is. But
yes.
What you're talking about now, the foundation of their marriage was out of lust.
That love was not true love. And that is why whoever person you quoted saying love is not really a foundation, that is what he had spotted. That there can be that kind of love, which is material, which is emotional, which is not true love. But I tell you, love in Corinthians 13, if you build your love or your marriage on that one, it will last.
Kezia, final words. I want you to give advice to these young people in relationships today.
Yes.
All right. What would be looking at your growth or your foundation or your journey in marriage for the last 30 years? What would be your advice to these young people who are in relationships?
Number one, I will tell them marriage is good. Marriage is sweet. And they should not fear marriage. Young men, young women, marriage is willed by God. It is natural. Don't fear marriage. Number two, marriage should be unique. There is no marriage like any other. Don't you worry about role models, that your parents were never role models. As I said earlier, there are no classmates in marriage. There is no marriage like any other. Build your marriage on true love. Respect one another. Give each other freedom. And just care about one another, and your marriage will work. Therefore, I advise young people, take time, study your partner. Marry because you want to marry, not because of the situations. Look at the person you are marrying, look at the reasons why you are getting married, and if they are correct, if the marriage reasons are right, if the marriage partner is right, no person can be 100%, but this is the kind of a person you want to stay with for the next 40 years or 50 years. If God bless you, go ahead and get married. Other things are built as you go on. You cannot have everything good about marriage. We go on building marriage because It's a journey. You not have every good thing about marriage as you start, but you go on building and building your marriage, and you will enjoy, and God in heaven will also be happy about you and your marriage. Yes.
Wow, wow, wow. What an amazing way to... Can you, Madam Keza, give us your number so that if anyone, our viewers, if they have a question, they like to pose it to you, how they can get you?
Yeah. So my number is 0720 244 767. 0720 244 767. And even want to find me, can still find me in the old Jogo Kimakia building, Thika Town, first floor and room 2. That is where I am, and you can find me from Monday to Friday. On weekends, you can make a call. Thank you.
Wow, wow, wow. This is the show. This is the place that you don't want to miss. Every week, this show shall be coming to you live here on our YouTube channel. And you don't want to miss. So Why You Marry Wrong is a book that every young person out there, if you're married or you're in a relationship or you're single or you're searching, this is a book for you that you'll be able to discuss. It will be a guide for you to be able to understand what are the wrong reasons that I should not get married because of them. And the moment you do that, then you're able to get into a relationship or to a marriage for the right way. Yeah, you can get a copy of this book. It is available at Nuria bookstore in Nairobi, Bazaar Building, 11th floor, room number 115. Or you can call us and we shall be able to send you a parcel wherever you are, any part of this country. My number is 0715 629877. My number is 0715 629877. Thank you very much. Until next time, God bless you.